This podcast provides a platform that will share many different points of views that should empower you, uplift you, make you want to go out and do right. When you hear the term still a man, say, yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Still a man. Yes, I am. Let's go.
What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of the Still a Man podcast. Tonight, we are going to discuss this topic. I do not identify as a Black American or African American. Okay, now before all you people that want to pick a side and say you shouldn't talk about this, you shouldn't say that, well, that's what we do on this platform. We talk about everything. If it pains us, we talk about it. If it pains you, we talk about it. If you don't want to hear it, guess what? We still gonna talk about it. So, let me say this. Let me put a disclaimer on this before we get started. Okay. The comments of the panel members are theirs and theirs alone. They no way impact or influence or represent the Still a Man platform. So that being said, this is not a black or white thing or a wrong or white thing, right thing. This is what we're talking about. All right. There is no wrong answer. The only thing that's wrong is if you just don't speak at all. Because on this platform, everybody has to speak. And let's be respectful of everybody's time. Let people finish their comment before basically giving your rebuttal or comment. All right, let's go. All right, let's start with this. Now, throughout history, we, meaning people of color, that's how I often refer to people that's melanated, I should say. So where we've been called Negro Americans, Afro Americans, Black Americans, African Americans. It can be confusing. And we've also heard some people who basically denounced the race. They don't want to be referred to as anything pertaining to people of color that basically come from the African origin or ancestry, any of that. They don't want to be labeled. They don't want to be stereotyped because it comes with a stigma. It's in some circles, being African American or Black American is not considered to be a good thing. And it's funny because this is what a lot of people of color say, not people that's outside of said race. So let's just get right to it. Let's ask the residential on again, off again, Black man, Brimage. Do you identify with being Black American or African American, or do you not want to be referred as any of those categories or titles?
Last name Brewington, that is Robert. Nothing Black, nothing African American. I refer myself as a human, a person of living, a person of God. I have no color.
Don't worry, everybody. Just put your claws away. Put your hands down. Put in your pocket. We'll just hold that. Just wait. They're coming to get you.
Stop button.
All right, let's go next up. Let's go to Kiana. Kiana, do you identify with being Black American or African American or
Black American.
Reason being?
That's what I've always been. That's what I am.
That's
And for the rebuttal part is whenever you fill out any type of form, they ask you for your race to categorize you so that they either meet their quota for a certain criteria or they know what demographic to cater to in a certain aspect. So when it comes to census and your job application and any form of government application, they ask you for your race. So
Census.
what else?
That's your answer?
Yeah, what other races there? I mean, I don't, African American came later on in life. So, I mean, yes, I will answer to it, but that's not what I refer to myself as.
Yeah. Let's go to Timmy next. Timmy, do you identify as a Black American or African American, or do you choose not to be referred to as any of the above? You have to turn your mic on. Can you hear us, Timmy? Okay, I'm gonna ask you again. The question is, do you identify as a Black American or an African American, or do you choose not to be referred to as any of the above?
I'm me. I ain't got no goddamn title or no color. I'm just me. I'm Timmy. That's who. Now, if you perceive the my color, then that's just what it is. But I ain't no color by no color. My name is Timmy. That's who I am. I ain't identified by no color. I'm identified by my name that my mother gave me. That's what I'm identified as. It's not by no color or nothing.
Okay. I'm gonna go to you next, Tanya. Same question. Do you identify as a Black American or an African American, or do you choose not to be referred to as any of the above?
I identify as a Black American. And the reason being is that I was born here in these United States. I'm Native American heritage. So this is my country.
Okay. So again, just so we clear, you said you would choose to be referred to as a African American?
Black American.
Black American. Okay. Just want to be clear about that. All right, Sean, you're up next. Same question. What do you identify with as a Black American or an African American, or do you choose not to be referred to as any of the above?
It's third grade. I was taught by my dad that I am Black. Now I answer as an adult. I have, as Kiana said, filling out the applications, I'll respond or answer to Black America. But I identify as just being Black.
Okay, good answer. All right, who else we got? Did I miss anybody, any ladies? Patsy,
I'm here.
You got Gina.
All right, Gina, let's go to you, same question. Do you identify as Black American or African American, or do you choose not to be referred to any as the above?
I identify as African American, Black American, Black. If a question came up about me being any like mixed race, then I would tell you that my father and his mother was was mixed race, but I identify as African American or Black American. I'm Black.
Okay. Gregory, are you with us?
You got Maria.
Yes, sir, again.
All
Auntie
right,
Maria's there
Gregory.
too.
Gregory, we're gonna go to you next, and then we're going to go to Maria. I'm going to Patsy last for a reason.
I identify as one of those black, brown, copper colored people that they came and seen before they conquered America.
One more time for the cheap seats.
I identify as one of those black, brown, copper colored people that they seen before they conquered America.
I think I read that somewhere before, or heard it somewhere before. All right, good answer. All right, little sis, let's get your answer. Do you identify as a Black American or an African American, or do you choose not to be referred to as any of the above?
I identify myself as Black. I am Afro-American, Black American, and it depends on what I'm filling out. I might just put other because like Kiana said, for they, for their surveys, they want to know a percentage amount of people. So I just leave them guessing.
Good answer.
But if you see me in the street, you're gonna say I'm Black.
Well, I don't know, because I've been with you and heard stories where people think you are of the Hispanic nation. So
yes, but at the end of the day, even if I was Hispanic, the others will identify me as Black.
Good answer.
Speaking of Hispanic, I have to give my husband's response.
All right. Hack, what is do you identify as a?
I'm gonna give you his response because
What
he's not in here.
do you identify as? Black American, African American, or does he choose not to be referred to as any of the above?
He chooses to be referred to as African American, and his reasoning is that when they was doing the slave trade, they had to drop some of them off in Puerto Rico.
Now that's a man that knows his history.
Tianos and Tianas, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good answers. All right, do we have anybody else on the panel that I didn't go to besides Patsy? All right, we're gonna go to Patsy. All right, Patsy, I asked you last because you are a residential. You are the only white American on this panel tonight. So let me ask you the same question. Do you
I take offense to that.
Do you? I know you would, Clayton. Do you identify with white American or Caucasian American, or do you choose not to be referred to as any of the above?
I identify myself as white, but like they Kiana and them say, when I'm filling out the box, I put down Caucasian because white, because that's to fill in that blank. But yeah, I identify myself as being white.
Okay. Now, that's to be fair to Patsy. So let me just tell you guys beforehand.
It goes deep.
Josie's in there now.
Yeah.
All right, Josie. Before we go on, let me ask you the same question. Thank you for joining us.
Uncle D. Then I got a list of I got a video that.
Yep.
You got Bird in there too.
I remember. Let's welcome back, Joseph. Josie, we're on you.
My whole name comes out.
And then we're gonna go to Bird. So Josie.
I don't see Josie on here.
Josie, are you ready for the question?
Dave, she's not in here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just Bird.
All right, let's go, Bird. So do you identify with Black American or African American, or do you refer to, or do you choose not to be referred to as any of the above?
I choose to be referred to as other because I embrace both cultures.
Okay.
I am biracial, I'm half Jewish, and I'm half African American, if that's what you call it. So I embrace both. I don't identify myself as one particular race. I usually identify as other, non-Hispanic.
Okay.
Is Jewish a religion or?
No, it's a culture. It's
It can be
a
considered
race.
both.
Now, okay, so guys, look at, I took the liberty of talking to some other people beforehand, doing some research. So I asked some people from elder generation, and both of them happen to be females. One said that she refers to herself as African American because her ancestry is African and she was born here in America. The other one, similar in age, same age bracket, same generation, said that she refers to herself as Black American because that's all she knows. Then I asked some of the younger generation. So I asked, these children happen to be biracial, like most of the children of the current generation, the younger generation. Two of them said they refer to themselves as Black and white because they're biracial. The other one is Hispanic and Black, and she says she refers to herself as Black American. She said because she's not African, she's not from Africa. Then I asked some people of our generation. I asked a guy, and he's a male, and he said that he refers to himself as a Black American because, again, he's not from Africa. So I asked the mother of the young lady that is both Hispanic and Black, and the mom, to my knowledge, I was under the impression that she was Hispanic, just Hispanic. She told me that the Hispanic race is made up of several different cultures, and Black happens to be one of them. So she, on applications, she fills in Black American. Her prerogative. I thought that was interesting.
Man, bitch, pay attention to where the fuck you going.
Ooh.
Sorry.
No worries.
See, I think
we live.
Shots fired.
We live.
I think you know what I think it is, Dave. I think because people want to, try to separate one thing, but you really can't. And some if they've been bashed, because the kids who are biracial, they get picked on a lot. They get bullied because they're biracial, right? So, but I think is if they choose to, one or the other because of, it's more of an acceptance. And one race might accept the other. That's where they might be. So somebody might claim their white ethnicity because of they'll be accepted more, but they won't let them know that they're half Black or whatever, half Puerto Rican or whatever. So I think a lot of it just because they want to be accepted. If that's what it is.
Okay, well said. So one more person that I asked, and I asked her, and she happens to be a member of the 50 plus generation, and she said that she refers to herself first she said that she refers to herself as Black American, and then she said she referred to herself as both Black American and Native American because that's what she is. But then she changed it a third time. She said she doesn't. I believe she said that she doesn't refer to herself as either of those groups. So, Gregory, I think we got a video where it puts things in perspective a bit on the different names, titles, labels we were given throughout history.
If that's the case, the whole Americans will say that is other. They don't have to pick out one thing, one race. They can say other.
Blackamoor, Ethiopian, Negro, free person of color, yellow, maroon, musty, dusky, mulatto, bright mulatto, dark mulatto, quadroon, octoroon, griff, Creole, Negro again, colored, Afro-American, African American, black. From our arrival here in the Americas, we've been called so many things. The
Zoom meeting. All right. That being said, you know what? Just hearing all those different titles and I feel like
Hey.
Let me finish.
Hey. That's what
Sorry,
it is.
Dave. I wanted to say this to you. You heard what it just said, right? So you was called so many of things. That's what those people call you guys. So you take on a name and you're really not Black. You're not white. You're what they called you. They could have called you orange and you'd have been like, I'm
That's
an orange,
because all history
orange
is
guy, orange Afro
Europeanized.
guy.
This is European philosophy that we're
Yeah,
taught.
you guys
because we
shouldn't
was
believe.
conquered.
You shouldn't believe every day they don't put a label on you and you just live your life by that,
Do
right?
you know the name of Africa before they named it Africa?
Enlighten us.
Elba something. I can't really say the name like that. You gotta look it up though. It's Elba something.
Okay.
But it's just like I said.
It's
just like I said.
Something like
if
that.
that's the case, then everybody can say they're other. You know, because I'm pretty sure everybody, if you took an ancestry test, you would be surprised with type of other nationalities that you would got in your blood. You would be surprised. So I wouldn't be, saying
Elkebulin, something like that. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it's spelled like that.
So let me say this to you guys. So what I was going to say was, because we've been called all these different.
Sorry, Dave, not to interrupt you. It's called Akobulin.
This is the second time.
No, I'm just telling you what Greg was trying to pronounce.
The pronunciation.
All right. So again, guys, let me get this point out. So what I was saying to you was, based upon that video and the different labels that they put on us and stuff like that, I feel like that's based upon the main agent is colorism. Now, if someone can get me the definition of colorism real quick, this will explain where I'm going with that. Anyone?
Colorism.
Wait a minute, I want to get the definition.
On the color of the darker person's skin.
That's what
all it is prejudice against the person's color.
It says prejudice or discrimination against individuals with dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic or racial groups.
Now, you know when the black exploitation movies,
it's a British word.
That's crazy. That's crazy that Google said that about
it's about the way that
with
they treat you.
dark skin tone, because I feel like light skinned people get colorism too. I'm just saying.
But they said it was amongst each other amongst
Nah,
that group of
because
people.
racism is a global system. I've been saying that on this podcast for a long time. It's a global system. It's the way that the world works. They
Yes,
got to keep a certain, like, you can be any
because of
ethnicity, and
colonialism.
you can
Because
be any
colonialism
ethnicity and be
has
a darker
taken
skin
over
color, and they treat you different.
every part of this country. I mean, every part of this world. In Asia, there's colorism. In India, there's colorism.
But in all those countries, they got dark skinned people there.
And
Yes,
they all treat them exactly the same as so I understand what the darker skin tone, because if you are Asian and you're dark, then your family would talk about you. I've seen it. People would talk about
That's
you
the
if you're
thing about our
Hispanic.
missing history. We're not black. Black isn't ethnicity. It's just our culture. So
Now,
people don't really know who they are.
now can I
Black is a
tell you
color.
guys something? Now, this is where I was going with it. All you guys are making valid points. The colorism, right? And it's based upon your complexion, right? Timmy, what color is your skin? What color is your skin?
I'm brown.
Tanya, what color is your skin?
I'm caramel.
Sean, what color is your skin?
Side them dark
Caramel's
brown.
a flavor.
Bird, what color is your skin?
It's a color too.
What color
I
is
ain't
your
heard of a color called caramel.
Bird, what color is your skin?
It's a
Yellow.
It's
It's
what?
a shade of brown.
I'm yellow.
What color is your skin, Gregory?
Reddish, copper color, brown.
What color is your skin, Maria?
I am paper bag color. A light paper bag.
Can I get Tony regular?
Robbie, what color is your skin?
I tend to get red sometimes.
That's too much.
But
You
I'm
said you was white, Bob.
I'm
white.
caramelized.
So you're a caramelized piece of popcorn.
Well,
He's burnt popcorn.
no. That means I have to be black like they call the color black. No.
Right, so Gina, what color are you? What
There's
color is your
actually
skin?
people that color too.
Wait, what color is your skin, Gina?
I'm a shade of brown.
You are a shade of brown. Patsy, what color is your skin?
White.
You sure?
No.
White with brown freckles.
You're like peach.
She's cream.
Peel.
Buttermilk.
Okay, I can take buttermilk.
There you go.
So my
Like
point
John
is,
Butter.
so none of us refer to our skin color as black, right? So why would people be comfortable? Because just follow me where I'm going with this. They said that's an identifying factor, a way to identify a group, to categorize you. So why would you want to be referred to as black if that does not define any of our skin color?
Well,
Thank
I
you.
don't call myself black because I'm not the color black. I call myself black, and this goes back through history. Black is a dominant color. Black is the strongest color out of any color in the color chart. Black will overcome any color. So I don't think about it as this like the skin. I think of it as dominant.
That's right.
Okay. Y'all gonna learn today. All right. Kiana, you said you refer to yourself as black. Can you please
I wanted to say something to that color in the crayon, so ever, because you're absolutely right. You can't not mix black with a color, and black don't override it. Like whatever color you mix black with, it's always gonna come out stronger.
Y'all preaching today. Kiana, you want to
Yes.
get on that?
No, I mean,
That's a sense of pride there now.
it is. It never was not for me. Some people don't like to be called black.
I never understand it, because when other people see you, they don't know your name. They just know what you look like or what they assume you are. So I embrace what I am.
Is that some
And I get assumed everything, probably but black.
Mm-hmm.
So if a
I'm
person,
mixed. I'm Spanish.
You're
I'm
Italian.
No one's ever called me Italian. No white person, no black person ever called me Italian.
The black woman is the only woman that can make every skin color on earth.
Absolutely.
listen to
That
this.
is true.
Listen to this. You people that consider yourself to be black, and because you said it's not wrong to be called black, so I should be
Because
able to
it's
walk up and call
powerful.
you, "What's up, death? What's up, evil? What's up, witchcraft?
Well,
No,
What's up,
here's the thing that
sad?"
here's the thing you start
you're
understanding
putting
Going on?
when you
colonialism
understand
words
language.
on
It's a
black.
language
what
barrier.
person?
You know
What
why?
person?
You know why everything in negative is associated with black? Because that is a form of racism. Because if you ever think to put
It's
down
worldwide.
the so-called worst thing associated with black, if you're in the black when you're not making money as a company, black magic, black this, it's all negative. It's all because of racism.
The bad guys wear the black hats and
Black
And
Friday.
you're walking it, if you can't see past someone's flesh and look at their spirit, you're walking in the flesh.
I was
And
gonna
the
say that's because before, look, this is why I said language is a big thing. Before they started separating everything and they conquered everything and they gave it borders and names and all this crazy stuff, we knew each other to be our skin color. So if these people were calling us Negro, El Negro, because it means black, and we know that people around the world are calling us black people, and we use Nubian as Nubian means black. You get what I'm saying? And that's coming from an African word. So when you start to get into things like that, you start to realize that these people try to demonize the word black and make it
right.
seem like it didn't
And
mean
and you
nothing.
as
But
you
that's
just said
why I say if
African,
Hold on, Timmy.
you just said African, right? So for me to not say that I'm not African American, I feel like it's doing a huge disjustice for the slaves that were brought over here to America to not to say, okay, well, I don't like being called African American because I've never been there. There's some people from that's white that's never been to Europe. You know what I'm saying? There's some people from China that's never been from Asia that's never been to China or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when you say, "Oh, I don't like to be called African American," like that's where our roots, that's where everybody's roots came from. Everybody, no matter where you are, it stemmed from Africa. So for someone to say, "I don't like to be called African American," I honestly don't understand that, because that's where our ancestors came from. We don't have to be there to know where our roots came from.
Because you should look into that, because they told the slave story backwards. So your people might be indigenous to this land. The people that was already here are the people that they enslaved on this land. And then they took some people from this land, they brought them back to Africa. Then they brought some people from Africa back to America, and they kept doing that back and forth, back and
Right.
forth. So you
Oh,
might
it
have
was
had your
big
people
money.
already here. So you can't say that you're an African. And then you got the Africans that say, the people in America, they're not African, so they shouldn't call themselves African American. So you shouldn't be proud to call yourself African.
Well, the
I
people
was
from
gonna say those exact same
hold on,
things,
let's talk about
Gregory.
it, because the African people don't even like Black African Black Americans. They do not like us.
That's right.
African
That's what
people,
I'm
they
saying.
do not like us. But still, I don't be in my I don't I'm not my I call myself African American, Black American, Afro American, whatever, because that's what I feel home at. If whoever that has the same skin complexion as me, and not even it doesn't even have the same hair, has any melanin in them, they're Black.
Yeah, and that
Exactly.
goes
That's
back
what I'm
So
into what I just said before. They conquered us and made us believe we were separated and from these continents that we never used to call The name of the continent, that they call it a continent. They
Right.
created borders and all this crazy stuff. So we used to
That's why I
proudly
go
call
back to
ourselves
telling
one
you,
people.
if
One
the
people.
news come on tomorrow in the morning and they say, you know what, they kept this buried for centuries, years, hundreds of thousands of years. Black people are really not supposed to be called black people. They're blue. And now y'all tomorrow, y'all saw blue
Uncle
tomorrow.
Rob,
So
that's actually true.
I'm
If
still gonna be, I'm
you
still
get
gonna be a
into the
black woman.
I'm still right.
Buddhism and all these temples that they have in the Asian world, they painted the black people as blue people.
Yes.
Maria,
Yeah.
all y'all gotta realize somebody named somebody. You're named. This ain't something that you woke up in this world and you was black. Somebody put that label on you guys, and y'all accept it.
But who cares?
It's not
And
negative to
that's
me. It's not negative to me.
But we now know
Somebody
that,
put your last name on you. So what does that mean?
but we
So
I
now
said
I'm
that
now
true.
earlier
know
to
that
me.
That's true.
because my family belongs to somebody else. I no longer belong to that person.
We know.
Guys, listen, all you guys
Yeah,
make
but we
valid
know
points, but
that
in
it's
order to be
powerful, though.
heard, you have to let one person speak at a time. So let's try this again. Let's go to I think
John.
Sean was trying to say something, Kiana was trying to say something, Timmy was trying to say something. Let's go to Sean, then to Timmy, and then to Kiana. Go ahead, Sean.
I was gonna. Gregory said it pretty well because I was gonna speak on that exactly when he responded to Gina's statement that she had made. And I believe that for all of us, the true definition of when we find out who we are is if we all take and do a deep dive search into our own family tree history, then we'll know exactly who and what we are. But for now, we all identify a certain type of way because of what has been shown and told to us.
Timmy?
Yeah, I was gonna say that the ancestry thing is definitely like Sean said. That's how you're gonna find out what type of culture or ancestry that's connecting you to. Because they said our family is Scottish. We got Scottish in our family, but we also have Indian in our family.
There's no true pure breed. Every single DNA test and I have more than one race in their blood, in their DNA. There's no true culture, no true one blood of anything, anybody. It's proven.
I
Everybody,
completely agree with that.
You can have a third, you can have 1,000,000% Irish in an all African family, right? You can have something there's no true pure breed. The Germans were trying to prove that shit other than the German race, but I don't believe that's one true breed.
No, the one true breed is the spirit. That's the one true breed.
I do think I'm gonna challenge that, and I do think that they may be a one true breed. It might be, I'm not sure, but I would say that you would have to go to the Indians that literally have their own space because we took this land from them. You know, they're keeping their bloodline strong.
But that's
then you
why
gotta look.
Look, cuz that's bullshit.
Hold on,
Remember, I
hold
was
on, let
just
him
telling
finish.
you
Let him
earlier
finish.
about us
Come
being
on.
here, and then they did that one drop Negro blood
Come
because
on.
they're Spanish conquistadors. They're Spanish conquistadors, so they're calling you a Negro. One drop Negro blood means that you blacker than the people that they want to say is indigenous to the land.
Right.
So they can categorize us once again and split us up in this border shit. I bet you never knew there was a Native American tribe called the Mississippians, which is all black people. Then you know Blackfoot and Cherokee have black people in it. So when you saying that these people been here and you're not talking about yourself, excluding yourself because these people made us exclude ourselves.
I'm gonna do my research on that because I
okay,
am.
so-
But thank you for that.
But that's what I wanted to say was that's why back in the days they slept with their own relatives to keep it to a per breed or whatever, because they wanted to be just one true race. So
I was
that's
about to touch that, but I'm
that's
glad you
why
did it.
they slept with each other back in the days, so they could make sure that bloodline continues just to be that one bloodline.
That's
But they couldn't have
all.
been just Indians. They were cavemen.
No, that's
They were
no.
cavemen, prehistoric times before Indians were
Cavemen
created.
are
Before where did Indians?
Caucasians. They come from
I'm
the
about
But I'm
to tell
saying
Caucasus
they
you.
came.
Mountains.
Hey,
That's not us. We are intelligent beings. We taught them everything they know. Egypt is really in America. The Nile River is really the Mississippi River. You got to look this stuff up, though. They mess up your map. They mess up your concept of thinking. So you don't know where you're at. You don't know what to think. You don't know anything.
all right, so let me stop
we only know
y'all
what
right
they
there.
teach us.
Let me stop y'all right there.
That's the word learn. We learn what they teach us.
I
Kiana,
told
go
you
back.
that.
Kiana, go jump right back in there.
But
If you
the
make your
things
point.
that
Wait a minute, Timmy. Timmy, wait a minute. Let me let Kiana get hers in because she's been waiting, and then we're gonna go on back to you.
No, I mean they can continue. I mean, yes, race is a made up concept for categorization and separation. So a lot of what Gregory and everyone else is saying is true, but that still doesn't negate the present time of we don't have anything replacing that. So I'm going to stick with what we have until something comes along differently.
All right, so Timmy, go on and make your point, and then I want to make a point. Go ahead, Timmy.
I want to reiterate what Gina said. You know, knowing that black is a powerful color, and we as black people should look at it as powerful. They look at us as we're black and powerful, so they fear us. So they try to, twist the damn power in being black and make it so it degrades you. So you won't have no power.
Okay, stay right there. That's a good segue to my point. In 1966, I believe it was, Stokely Carmichael shouted out Black Power. 3 years later, we switched from, I believe, Negro Americans to Black Americans. That was the first time it was presented. And then
I believe James Brown, when he made the song after.
Say it loud.
Yeah, I'm black
same
and I'm
time
proud.
frame. Same time frame. That happened during the 60s, I believe. Then 1988, we made another shift. Reverend Jesse Jackson said he and other Black activists, Black prominent leaders of our community said they referred to us as African Americans, and then we made another a shift to that. So Gregory, let's with you guys love it, so we got it back. Demand performance. You brought back Candace Owens again. Can we hear what Candace Owens had to say about identifying with the Black culture?
Oh
Yes,
God,
sir. I
here we
got you
go.
coming up right now.
Yeah, shoot what you call it.
Please hold your comments to the end.
Zoom meeting.
You did. wasn't Kanye West that put the White Lives Matter t-shirt on first. You did. You did by intentionally ignoring what Black Lives Matter would actually mean if it was applied. It would mean taking a look at all of these statistics that I've just rattled off to you. It would mean taking a look at the real problem that is happening, which is our culture, a celebration of perversity pitched to us as if it's diversity. It's not. It is not diversity that we are celebrating. It is perversity. You think that it's something to be proud of. It's not. So when you say something like, oh, Candace Owens, we don't want you in our culture. You don't understand Black culture. I have to keep reminding you that I don't want to be a part of this culture. I want to destroy it. I want to destroy it further than it's already destroyed itself. I want to go backward. Your idea of progressivism is clearly regressive.
Zoom meeting.
Devil
I
say
can't
what?
stand her.
Man,
I
she
can't
sound
stand
like
her.
a slave master. She sound like a house Negro.
She's worse than a house. She's worse than that.
Yeah, she look like she bleaching her skin.
She has white. She hangs around all what I mean. Her husband's white. She has nothing to do with the Black culture at all. She literally pushes herself away from her being Black. Yeah, I mean, I don't respect her as a sister. She's not a sister.
She wants to destroy the Black culture. That's what she wants, and that's what they want her to do. To destroy.
Not only that, she said she want to go backwards. She want us to be in whip.
She said she wants to destroy the Black culture.
Now,
so
now, let me be clear about this. Just to be, if we can play devil's advocate and try to appeal to give us some empathy, perhaps, and I'm not supporting her in any way. Her comments are hers and hers alone, just like the rest of you guys. But perhaps when she's saying she wants to go back to a different time, she's referring to the time when people of color, namely Black people, African Americans, were proud to be such, and they were supportive of one another, and what they represented was positive. And they're representatives of that strong Black powerful nation were all powerful, all positive, powerful advocates and examples, as opposed to what we are depicted as current day, based upon a few knuckleheads, the ones that always get all the camera time and get the front page stories. I don't need to go any further. I guess you guys get the gist of what I'm saying.
But she said she don't want to be a part of the culture. She said, I don't want to be a part of this culture. That is different from what you just said. She said she don't want to be a part of the culture. She don't want to be a part of it. She wants to destroy the culture. That's what she said.
That's the project for me too. She wants to destroy it instead of embracing it.
And I'm wondering what type of run it is, because it seems like you got a lot of hate for people that Black folks do you wrong where you live at. Did they do you wrong? Because you seem like you got a lot of hate and a lot of destruction of the Black community and the Black culture, period.
Timmy, you want to know why she feels that way? It's because she's on social media. She has nothing positive to say about the Black race. And you have Black Twitter, and you have all social media. Anybody that's Black on social media getting on her. And they probably sending her all types of hate crimes and all types of hate mail and all types of hate you. We don't want you, Candace. That's why.
Sean, you was going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to, because and no slight to you, anything like that, but we keep giving this young lady a platform on our platform.
Yeah.
And that annoys me. But because she was brought up and you reiterated a statement that she said that she wants to go back to the era where blacks supported each other, this and the other. And I would challenge her and say, what era was that? And why does she not speak of what that era consisted of to give an example to that?
So
see, she always speaks and she just throws things out there without anything to back up or any reference to what she be saying.
That's to get you in
Like
chaos.
she want to go back to what?
Exactly. So that's
Yeah.
what, and so
Well, she's married
what,
to a white dude. She might want to go back to the older slaves and shit.
Go on, Sean.
and so with that being said, Timmy, you just threw me off with that. But yeah, just the whole notion of her even having things to say, because it's never anything positive, because all she looks at is the negative of what some of our people are doing and never speaks on the positives that are out there.
Okay. Somebody got a lot of feedback.
Can I add on to that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hold on 1 second, Kate. Hold on. Somebody mute your phone because it's giving us a lot of like feedback. All right, go ahead, Kate.
Yeah, that was Jerry.
The negative buffoonery is spotlighted. That's why it's always in the front. And if she's contradictory, because if she really wanted to be supportive of Black unity, she would not be negatively talking about Black people. So so that discounts her credit out her mouth, period. And like Sean said, I wish you would stop giving this girl
now let
any type of there's 1,000 people out there. Please find somebody else to
listen. I'm about to tell y'all.
Speaking on better, they giving solutions. They're not just taking down.
Okay, so let me say this on my behalf. I've often said that we have to change the depiction, how people of color are depicted, and those that can control the narrative, tell the story. So I believe in when people want to make an ass out of themselves, put their foot in their mouth, and when they say stupid stuff, outlandish, I believe in giving them the spotlight so they can continue to show us what people think about us, meaning her and her following, and what we need to make certain that we don't represent, which is her. That's my reason.
I understand that, but I'm gonna go against that because there's 100 asses out there. Please find another ass to
right.
Well, y'all feel free to shout them out.
She's not the only one.
Because we keep giving her, we keep making her relevant in our world.
Yeah, she's relevant to the other people, but not to us.
Okay. But each time we mention her name, we turn the light on her.
And she probably don't even know how to make macaroni and cheese. She's not Black.
No, I feel my way.
I mean, she's a negative person, and there are a bunch of Black people who are in the same vein as her. They're out there. Please just find someone else and not her. She's not the spokesperson for all negative Black people. We can find a trillion others.
We could.
She's Uncle Ruckus. She's Uncle Ruckus, and I hate her. I hate her.
Let's find Aunt I don't know, Karen instead of Uncle Ruckus's sister. I can't stand to hear her voice. I can't stand to like to hear her negativity is disgusting to me week after week after week.
Okay, so let me say can I say this before you?
Nothing positive to say anyway. She's always bad.
Well, she's not, because again, she's contradictory to herself. She says she wants to go back to where Black people were supportive. There's a lot of Black people who are supportive of other Black people, and she's only going on.
She didn't say that. Uncle D said that.
She didn't say that. I said
all she said was that she want to go back.
Yeah, she
You
wasn't clear
said she
about what
want to
she wanted to go
destroy
back
us
to.
and then go
And
back.
You
that's
can
what I mean
speculate.
by when she
That's
throws
crazy.
things out there without giving any
That sounds
reference to what
Exactly.
she's
Yes,
talking
yes,
about.
yes. All you guys make valid points. That's why I was trying to. I was trying to show some empathy for the lost soul. I mean, give a little try to make some sense out
She
of
ain't
nonsense.
showing
But
no
you can't.
empathy to nobody else.
Wait, hold up. You
You,
said you was trying to
you,
make some sense out of
yeah,
Good,
yeah, that
Robert.
was good.
You can't make
That
sense
was
out of
good.
none.
Robert,
Right.
where can you find that T-shirt?
You can find that T-shirt and many more in EmporiumPlus.org, where you will find the latest fashions, the fashions some of you guys are constantly running from. And be forever still a man. You SERM, Adopt or Perish. SOS support our sisters and Adopt or Perish ladies first.
Sounds like a good time for a commercial break. Gregory, you got a commercial for us?
Are you sure you want to throw a commercial in this one?
Yes, I do.
5 seconds.
Singing down in commercials. Oh, great, Robbie. When did you learn how to sing?
Was on to something. That momentum shifted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You should.
All right.
You should make a soft commercial.
Gregory, hold off on that commercial because you don't have it ready, and we're gonna go ahead and keep the point of discussion going on. So go ahead, let's finish talking about Miss Candace and her misdirection. Again, we was talking about, I was trying to make sense out of nonsense, and that's something that you cannot do. So let's again, I go back to another one of my principles. Attitude equals
if it don't make sense, it's nonsense.
Because she thinks a certain way, she behaves a certain way, and I think her behavior and her thought process is being influenced by those around her. As I said, people like her, I don't think she's anti-black. I just think that she has a problem with black because she don't know how to relate to being black and those.
No, she has self-hatred, and she is bought and paid for by people who don't look like her but agree with every word that comes out of her mouth.
And
she's a spokesperson.
She's a brand now, and that's what she's catering to.
So she's a brand that represents anti Black Americans, African Americans, and culture wise.
She should.
What she is, I think it was Miss Gina yelled out that she probably doesn't even identify as being black. She doesn't. She is. If you ask her what she is, she tells you she is an American conservative.
But what is she trying to conserve?
Whatever she spews out of her mouth.
I would hope America, God dang it.
Well, I mean, conservatives supposed to support government and other conservative ideas, but they're a bunch of contradictory people too. So we're not going to get into
that. And that's it right there, Kay.
All right, so we've got some other people that feel strongly about being referred to as African American or Black American. Gregory, we got another representative.
Zoom meeting.
Because I don't want to be black, I want to be white. Because I don't want to be black, I want to be white.
Now, that child,
you, Robert.
Wait a minute, Timmy.
No, hold on, Uncle D. That is going viral right now. It's a TikTok challenge. With people doing stuff saying they don't want to be black, they want to be white.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Could I say something to that right there?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
That right there got a price tag on it. That's not relevant. That's not real to me. That's somebody recording themselves trying to get a pop. off of TikTok.
That's a little kid.
Yes, and his parents
No,
and all
that's
of them
the
is looking
real
for
video.
they
That's the
looking
real
for the
little kid
money. That
saying that.
little
He was
kid.
upset.
Listen, if it's going around that everyone's saying that on TikTok, he's a follower and the rest of them is a movement right now. So let's do this and let's see who can go viral and get some money.
No, Uncle Rob, that's the original video, and
I
now
don't believe
all the
it.
black people are using
I'm
his
telling you, I don't
video.
believe that they're genuinely saying they don't want to be black. I think that's some
his
shit they
audio
came
from
up
his
with.
video.
They came up with that just to get all eyes and ears on them.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's
I'll say
clickbait.
this to you, that even though
You
we're looking
saying
at
it's
that,
AI?
It's clickbait.
Go ahead, Sean.
Can you play it again? I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
All right, one more time, Gregory.
Zoom meeting.
Cause I don't wanna be black, I wanna be white.
And the little kid said, "Get the fuck out my house."
No, Timmy, that was an adult that said that.
That was an adult.
all right. So
Go ahead, Sean.
with that, we're looking at that now, and we will attack it because we look at how our society is now with social media.
Mm-hmm.
But if any of us were to go back and ask anybody from our mothers, grandparents, uncles, whoever is alive from their generation, there were people just like this little boy in their time. I just recently watched a documentary, and I encourage everyone to, if you're interested in it, to where I have a better understanding of why and how Clarence Thomas is the way that he is today.
What
So is that a bad thing or a good thing?
Well,
for him,
wait, Timmy,
no, let him answer.
Let him answer. Let him make his point. Give us some insight.
We as well, some of us have always classified Clarence Thomas as an Uncle Tom and this, that, wasn't for the black people, this, that, and the other. He experienced something to where he was a part of something to where he was supposed to benefit from oh my God, it just slipped my mind. I'm sorry. Affirmative action. And he felt like when he came out of, according to him, when he graduated from college, he could not land a prestigious job because of, in his own words, affirmative action worked against him.
Well, I'm going to disagree with that.
Listen, we can disagree with it. I'm just telling you what his reasoning for why he is the way that he is.
Backwards reasoning, because he was subpar in his schooling. So let's say he was number 7. He would not be in front of the 7 people ahead of him, but he's going to say, oh, that's because of affirmative action. Not because he was a subpar student, not because he was a subpar class. All of that stuff was against him, but he used that as a scapegoat. So
that's what I'm
why
saying.
he's taking the ladder down, because it supposedly didn't work, but he's a liar because it worked for you, and you were trying to ignore all the signs around you.
It's called, exactly. But and the point that I was going to with that was that because certain things like that happen and people don't embrace who and what they really are, they latch on to certain things and that becomes their life.
That's
to
because
me, that's how I look at Candace Owens.
Yeah,
there were certain things.
When you have a strong foundation, all that shit would not affect you. But he doesn't have he has self-hatred, so of course you don't have a strong foundation when you have self-hatred. So that's a lot of these people is that is their foundation. They have self-hate. So when you have self-hate, you'll want to be something else. And again, if you're hearing everything around you that black is bad, that
bad.
The boogeyman comes at black, of course you will
Everything's
not embrace
negative.
it. Everything is negative. But when you know who you are truly, and you have people
and you know the culture
instead of taking out from you or telling you that you're negative and you're bad, but still we want to use you. No, we're gonna build you up to use you as a puppet. Then you would know what you're really about. But that's why
Because he
there's a
was
lot of
used
stuff
as a
Okay,
they
puppet.
and so, and because, and I'm grateful that you went on that tangent like that. But where I was going with it is, we look at that, and if you watch the documentary, he was very aware of what and who he wasn't, and he set his goal on. He had he was ambitious and he wanted to accomplish something, and he figured out what he had to do in order to accomplish what he was looking for. And if selling himself out to his own culture was going to get him where he needed to be, he was willing to do that, and that's what he did.
So he sold his
And
soul to the devil.
he's very aware of that.
Mm.
He's very aware of that.
So
And that's what I.
when you sell
Can I
yourself,
speak on that video, y'all?
Yeah,
And
because
he
he
still
For
definitely
y'all to
said,
call it, for y'all to
he
call it
definitely said
clickbait,
that
it don't
they
make
made
any
his
sense.
black
one at a time. One at a time.
Listen, it's not clickbait because there's little girls right now. I don't know if y'all can look these videos up, but it's been around on the internet for a long time. They take the doll babies and they don't like the black doll babies.
Yep.
They
I
say that
seen it.
the white doll babies are pretty. So when you
Yep.
seeing that little boy say that, you can't say that's clickbait. He might
No,
have
it's not.
really
It's
felt
real.
like that.
I went to school. I grew up with somebody who believed and thought like that. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
made that. That's why my opening statement was: if any of us was to go back and talk to anyone from our, within our family that's from generations before us, this isn't new. There are
But you
people
know
out there
what?
that really feels like that
But
because of
that
the
goes
fact that they
I
think
didn't
that
life
goes
is
say
so
that goes
bad
that
for
goes
them.
the other way too, because as when I grew up and me being besides my youngest brother, me being the lightest person in my family, I hated to be the lightest person. I mean, I still battle with it till this day. I learned to love myself, but the fact that I am the lightest person in my family, I got teased a lot in my neighborhood by my family, calling me the white girl with nappy hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I hated my skin complexion. I wanted to be brown like my twin. I wanted to be brown like my mom.
But
And I was
you just happen to be light skinned like your grandma.
exactly,
and your
but I
father,
didn't understand it back then. I didn't
your
understand it. I
father
was like,
was your grandmother's complexion.
why am I this color and nobody else is this color? Like, and when I had my son is brown, so but when I had my son, even my family, my immediate family, like they made it seem like when he started to get, because he was really light when he came out, but when he started to, his months started going or whatever, he started getting darker, and they kept looking at me and saying like, oh, Gina, he's getting dark, like it was a bad thing. And I'm like, what, like, so what? I don't care if he gets freaking midnight black, he's my baby, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it just like it was it was I don't know the correct
Stigma.
word for it.
You
It
was
was
gonna say stigma.
yeah, it was a stigma, like on how dark he's gonna be, and they looked at me if I should be like worried, and I wasn't, you
And I
know.
and I and I think that plays a large part in what I said to you guys earlier. But the colorism plays it's an influence, it's a factor. Whereas it comes to if you want to be referred to as Black American, African American, or person of color, because people that was ridiculed because of their color and often referred to as black or blackie or something like that, they're not going to want to be referred to anything that reminds them of something that they try to rise above. So they're not going to want to be referred to that. You can dislike certain staples of our community, certain behavior, and but you don't have to dislike the nation. You can have love for the nation and dislike certain behavior of said nation.
Going back to that video with that little kid saying he doesn't want to be black. Now, me personally, because it's just that little piece, I like to sit down with him, ask him, what made you feel this way? Is it your parents, the way they're raising you, or you thinking white people or Chinese or Spanish is getting better opportunities?
Treatment.
What
It's the
what
same
is
thing
it?
I just said
Because
about the dogs.
listen,
The
Let me make
dogs.
this point.
listen, because I can have my daughter, or say I had more children, to just sit in front of the camera and say you don't want to be black, say you don't want to be white, say you don't want to be something. We record it, put it up on TikTok. It's the end thing. Put it up on Facebook. It's the end thing. We trying to go viral, YouTube, whatever we can do, make our family some money, because we know there's gonna be people to talk against it or for it. Long as they share this video, we're talking about it now. I don't believe it was genuine. If it is, then I would like to see the conclusion, more of this kid explaining us why he does not want to be black. Because I can tell you, when I was growing up, I had mulatto friends, Spanish friends, Chinese friends, white friends, rockers, West Indians, whatever you want to call them. Every friend I had, I played towards their culture, their race. I can dive in and be a rocker if I want. Cramp my hair, wear it, do the things they do, listen to the music. Spanish people, same thing. Put on jellies, tie my hair with peroxide, go to the beach. I was doing everything that race was doing. So me saying I don't want to be black, I'm saying that to you guys, but I fit in with all.
Can I play devil's advocate now? Patsy, you've been very quiet. I want to get you back into the conversation. I know this is a topic that's geared towards Black people, but you are a member of the early child education field. You work with kids, right?
Yes.
Okay, so as a child educator and a caregiver, when you see something like that, what do you think? I want your professional opinion.
I actually feel sad. Like, and plus, like, I kind of like feel angry at the parents because it's like, why would you record your child saying this? And then in the background, like, an adult is yelling at that child, telling them to get the fuck out the house. Like, why would you do this to your child? Be like, instead of like him questioning him to why he is saying this or whatever, it's like film the whole thing and into
Thank
why
you. That's
he's
why I said
saying what he's saying.
Let her
So I
finish.
agree with Robert. There should be a more detailed
That's
explanation
right.
on why he's feeling what he's feeling, what he's saying. That's probably just the point of them videotaping him and then posting it on that 2-second video, like for people to be outraged.
Now it's a TikTok challenge.
Like, you shouldn't even use that child for a TikTok video. That should be like an educational video.
No, that video that video just went viral, and now they're doing a TikTok
that was the purpose
challenge
of making it.
using the audio.
But did you guys got you? Okay, Maria, you still with us?
No, I think she stepped out.
So Gregory, what is the other videos saying? So people are saying I don't want to be black, and then what?
They're saying stuff like when I go to work in the morning, I don't want to be black, I want to be white.
See, here we go again. We're glorifying
stuff like that.
We're glorifying the negative. So I'm gonna go back to how we always try to and you can agree or disagree with me, but
so what that I'm trying to figure out what the hell does going to work white mean? Going to work on time, going to work, not working.
That's exactly
like,
just the way that they're looking at
they're gonna treat you better.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. What I've said before. We got to control the narrative, change the depiction, because the way we being depicted, that young man is like he hates his race, but there's more to it. That's a young boy saying that. So now think about everything that he's been.
One of them said, "When I check my bank account, I don't want to be black. I want to be white."
my point is, somebody mute your phone. We got a lot of feedback. That young man is saying that based upon what he's seen happening to people of color. Think about what we've been all experiencing within the last couple of years and stuff. He's being exposed to that. So maybe now again, I'm trying to play devil's advocate. He's probably saying that because he doesn't want to be subjected to everything he's seen the Black nation being subjected to. He's scared. So maybe that's why he's saying he doesn't want to be Black, because he's seeing all the stuff that's happening to people of color, and he sees the white people are in positions where they feel secure. These things are not happening to them, so maybe that's why he's saying that. That's my professional opinion as a person.
I think you're right, but I think it's more. I think it's more.
Education.
I think it's more closer knit. It's probably something that's happened to him in his circle, in his life. I don't really feel like he doesn't look like the age that it would be more of a I don't want to say global thing, but more of a global thing, more of a worldly thing. I feel like it's more personal, more like he's being picked on, or maybe maybe somebody like, you Black MF, you're dark, you need to go scrub your skin, blah blah blah, all of that. I feel like that's more of a inner circle or a little circle thing, closer to home, than to feel that way. But I mean, I'm wrong because
little he don't know, he can be a Caucasian little boy and have a circle around him, his friends, and they still pick on him. Oh, look at you, little white pepperoni face boy, and all type of stuff. You got freckles, this and that. Oh, you smell. There's a lot of things children
That's
say
logical,
to
though. Now he's a
children
gangster
say to each
after
other.
that, or he's
So
shooting
I'm
up
not
the
going to buy that this little boy is so broken up about being a black boy, and his friends made him feel so bad being Black.
I don't feel like it would be friends. I feel like it would be older people, or he could be going to a predominantly white school and feel like he's othered. And
that's not
a
I feel like that was a whole stupid.
what they've
He
been
asked
doing.
his parents something stupid. I was gonna say it's bad parenting, but he probably asked them something stupid about a game, or not even stupid, something that they can't afford or something because one of the white kids in the school got it or something like that. And they told him no, and then he said he don't want to be Black, he want to be white.
What better way to get a follower? You have somebody come out and complain about they don't want to be this. That same little boy could have came out and said, I don't want to be a boy no more, I want to be a girl. And next thing you know, that's going
it all
viral.
has something to do with what he's seeing.
That's all that they're doing to y'all out here. They're changing the way you see things and how you're going to be living your life now.
Oh my God, that noise is driving me crazy.
I thought I was on mute. The hell, y'all should have said something. I'm in here trying to clean up a little bit.
We did say something. You was cleaning up.
I'm like cleaning up my paper and shit. I'm
sorry, everybody. Let's get you
on. You should have blamed me again.
All right. So we know how the young man feels. Bird, are you still with us? Yes?
Yeah.
All right, so fix your phone so we can get you in part of the discussion.
I'm on the phone. What are you here right now?
Your phone's buzzing.
Your phone's buzzing.
Drivers who hope to soon see a light at the end of the tunnel.
All right, let's go. So Bird, what I was gonna ask you, the young man is saying he doesn't want to be Black, he wants to be white, and all of the other members of the house, they start to berate him. They all start attacking him verbally. Where do you think he's coming from? Where do you think that is coming from?
I want to try to say it's a learned behavior. I mean, they just don't think things out of the blue pop. They learn this, they watch this, they hear this, they see this. Maybe it isn't seen at home. And like someone said, he's in a predominantly white school. He sees how better white kids are living and living in, the situation he's in. It's situational. I don't know. I think it's ignorant, but I think it's all propaganda as well. TikTok videos and you get followers, you make money.
Thank you.
So
Hey, Derek, you want to make mom and dad some money? Let's do
yeah,
this.
that's just what the world is made of right now.
I
Social
know,
media.
and y'all are blind to it. I know you're not blind to it.
But
You
the
know what's going
nature
on
of
out
that
here.
video looks real, Uncle Rob. It don't
I
look
can
like
make
they
things look real too.
coerced him to do that.
Anybody can make anything look
Things
real.
look real. Come on now.
Before you sent it in. Who knows? We don't know. I just think it was.
They probably set it up, like they do reality TV.
But there's a video of a little boy when his mother told him that he's not Mexican, he got really upset. Because he wanted to be Mexican so bad.
This is what I'm gonna ask everybody to do. I'm gonna ask everybody to mute.
He wanted some tacos and
I'm gonna ask everybody
nachos.
to mute their phone right now.
And she told him he wasn't from Mexico.
Everybody mute your phone right now because we're getting some bad feedback. Everyone mute your phone. Everyone mute your phone. All right, Gregory, if you can hear me, play the video with Smokey Robinson's response.
Zoom meeting. Sorry, I didn't hear anything.
You have said that you resent the idea of being called an African American, that
Yes.
you are a Black American.
Yes.
Explain.
I think that when they call Black people who were born and raised for generations in this country, if you accept the handle of African American, that says that you don't accept being an American American. You don't accept being born in Chicago or New York or Detroit or wherever you were born. For generations, your family has been here, built this country too. Sweat and tears and all that, fought in every war, okay? So this is my country here. So I don't want to be called African American. I'm an American American. My people have died and done everything for this country.
Zoom meeting.
Okay.
I can relate to that.
What happened to Smokey? Is he bleaching his skin or
Uncle Rob,
something?
you are all over the place.
No,
Stop.
listen, Gregory, if you really pay attention, he said American American. He didn't say Black American. He didn't say Afro American. He said American American. How I'm all over the place when I told y'all I don't put a color on anything. He said American American.
So can I ask you guys a question? Do you think that as you get older, you start to identify with certain sayings, certain labels and stuff because it's where you are in life? Bird?
Certain labels of what?
Is it safe to say or fair to say that as you mature and you get older, you start to adopt certain thoughts and become comfortable with certain labels and stigmas?
I don't necessarily want to say I'm comfortable. I mean, I don't know, man. I kind of feel like we learn what we learn and we unlearn what we want to unlearn.
Okay,
And
that's a safe answer. All right, Patsy, how about you? Do you feel like that as you get older, you become more accepting of the way things are, or do you feel like you need to implement some immediate change, starting with yourself? Let's put it that way.
I think it's like as long as you accept who you are for what you are, like even though I don't really mention like even though I'm white, I got Irish, Scottish, and Greek descent in my blood. I'm sometimes I'll talk about it, but I don't always talk about it. But it's not that I'm disregarding who I am with my um different nationalities. I'm accepting who I am as a person, and that's how I accept people is like I never look at anybody I talk to, including you guys. It's like I'm not disregarding the color of anyone's skin. I just look at you as my friends. As long as that's probably what we need to look at, so, as opposed to, okay, David's black, so Hispanic. No, okay, you acknowledge what they are for who they are, but we need to look more to a person as who they are on the inside and coming out like their personality, whatever it is that they're presenting, not just on a professional level, but on a personal level, I look on your character more than I do your color.
Okay.
That makes
Bird, can I ask you to mute your phone? That's coming from your phone. It's the feedback.
Hearing a phone, a fan?
No, it's something. This. Just mute your phone. Let's see if it's coming from there.
Yeah, it sounds like the fan or something.
Yeah, it's coming from your phone. You must be in front of the fan or something.
I'm in the back. You guys got supersonic hearing, but that's fine. You guys are like mutants or something now. Without the vision, you can
see now. So when you talk, you don't hear it. But when you're not talking, that's when you hear it.
You guys are like.
Can I go?
All right, go ahead, Kiana.
I feel like Smokey Robinson forgot his Detroit roots and that he wasn't always welcome in the front door. So yes, you can, as you get older, forget things of where you came from and who your people are, because you're more accepted by people who weren't accepting you a long time ago, so you forget some of your history. And that's what I think that interview was about.
Did he always have blue eyes? Because I don't remember.
He's always had light eyes.
Light eyes, okay. And he looks a little light. I mean, he always used to be really light, but I feel like he looks lighter. I don't know.
And Uncle Rob, you was wrong. He referred to himself as a Black American at the beginning of the video.
Stop. Y'all did not let Kiana finish. Go ahead, Kiana.
No, I'm finished. I just think that, like I said,
Kiana, what is your big disagreement? Is it because he said he want to be referred to as American instead of an Afro-American?
Yes, because that's almost like a kick in the face to your parents.
No,
and to
he
your
didn't say
grandparents
Afro-American. He said African American. He called himself a Black American. I
didn't hear him say Black American. I think
he said Black American.
He said
Black
Black American.
Considered an American American.
He said he don't want to refer himself as African American. He wants to be referred to as Black American.
And I understand that, I still feel like that's spitting on your ancestors' grave.
No, he mentioned them. That's why he said because he mentioned
but
that
it depends on who you think your
first we
ancestors are.
built this country, and I'd rather be called Black American because
did you hear him say
what
they're
this
saying?
country.
Anyone else that listened to this video?
And all the things that we
I heard him say
he said
American.
He said
Say-
he
I heard
want.
him
He
say,
said he
He
wants
said
to.
he said
American
Plus, we
American at the
built
end of the video.
he
At the
but
beginning of the
he said
video,
all
he
through
said
that's what he
us
want to
as
be
black
referred to.
Americans. Black.
He said he wants to be referred only as what I just told you,
No,
American
that's
American.
not what he said.
That's
He
not
said
what he
black
said.
American.
That's not what he said. He
Yeah,
said
it
he
was your
does.
show. Take control.
Play it again.
Play the video again.
Yes.
Play it
And
again.
it will be quiet.
The damn thing again. So to kill the argument, play it.
You have said that you resent the idea of being called an African American, that
Yes.
you are a black American.
Yes.
Explain.
I think that when they call black people who were born and raised for generations in this country, if you accept the handle of African American, that says that you don't accept being an American American. You don't accept being born in Chicago or New York or Detroit or wherever you were born. For generations, your family has been here, you know, built this country too. Sweat and tears and all that, you know, fought in every war, okay? So this is my country here. So I don't want to be called African American. I'm an American American. My people have died and done everything for this country.
You have said.
He said it 2 times to you guys.
Yeah,
Okay,
I see what he's
Don't
saying.
worry about it.
May I?
Well, he started off as
Let
black
me
American.
let me say this to you.
But
Way the
he's
question.
but y'all
It
don't
was
understand.
the
You
way
ain't Bobby.
the
You're not
question
understanding.
was presented.
right,
It was the
right,
way the question
right,
was presented.
right.
And
He said resented.
the initial question was, do you why do you not
Resent.
want to be called an African American?
He said resent. Resent though.
He said he's a black Americans, black people who was born into this country. That's what he's saying. He didn't say he didn't want to
Yes.
be called black
Context
American.
clues, brother.
He said he did not want to be called African American.
But then he told you you're gonna call him
Black
anything.
American.
If you're gonna call him and then call him American American,
But he
2
never
times he said it to
said.
you.
But he never said.
Black American.
He
not
never said.
African American.
He never said that he did not identify with being a black American. He said
Right.
he
That's
did
what
not
he
want to
preferred
be
to be
referred
called.
to as an African American.
And what do he want you to call him?
If you, he said,
A
so
black
If you
basically what
call
he's
him
telling you
anything.
is,
If you call him anything, what is that? He said it twice.
no, don't try to
No,
paraphrase what he said.
Right.
he said I'm
What did he
American.
say?
He said
He
if
said
you're
I'm
going to make
American
a
American.
distinction.
Thank you. And then he said it again.
He didn't say he didn't. That's
No,
not what he said.
You missed the last part. You missed
Based
My brother
upon,
ain't getting.
he
based
said,
upon the question.
plus we built this country, blood, sweat, and tears. That's what he said.
Let me make this
He
clear
might
to you.
be considered American American, but at the beginning he said he rather you call him a
Black American
than
and
African.
Yes, sir.
thank you.
The
So,
man asked him.
Listen.
Would you rather be called? Yes, he said black American.
Listen.
I'm not
Just
debating
because
that.
you keep-
But he said he prefer you to
Just
call
because
him
you
American
keep talking, just
He didn't
because
say
you
call.
ain't
He
gonna
said
change
I
the
am.
answer.
He
The
said
answer
I
is-
am. He didn't say you call. I would rather be called.
Let me simplify this for you guys.
He
Put this in
paraphrased
layman's
Smokey
terms.
anyways.
No,
He
he did
asked
not.
Smokey a question about what
No,
he said.
he did not. Let me simplify this for you. He said if there had to be a differentiation, he wants to be called Black American as opposed to African American. But if you're going to have a problem, an issue with him being Black American as opposed to African American, then just call him an American. That's what he's saying. He did not say he did not want it to be referred to as a Black American. He said he did not want to be referred to as an African American.
Which I completely understand.
Because
I understand that part.
If you saying you're African American, then he's saying that you're not from America.
See,
right.
You're not claiming Chicago, Detroit, and all that.
You know what?
So
You're not taking hold of your generations of
you know what?
people that
I'm
helped build this country.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you guys something. Just what that just showed, that whole scenario with the inability to hear the initial question. See, sometimes we get caught up with the negative part of it, and we don't hear the positive part of it.
Candace Owens.
That's
Y'all
CB.
just shine the light on her
That's
name
That's the
again.
CB.
problem. And that's why
Shine
we
on
would
that
sit
light
and
bulb.
go, that's why we would sit and go head to head, attack each other neck about if you're black or if you're African American. And when you really think about it, why are we even being presented with this question? Because are you American? Wasn't you born here in America? You don't hear to them. You don't hear to them refer to white Americans as white
or
Americans.
European Americans.
They don't do that often. The only time
Nah,
they
when you fill out the application and pick,
but we're not
it
talking
will have
about,
that on the application.
we're not talking about an application. We're talking about when they have discussions like this and they present these questions. They don't ask white Americans, do you? Like I asked Patsy, I told you there was a reason why I asked Patsy it the way I did. They don't never refer to them, they don't never ask them, do you identify with being a white American or a Caucasian American? Have you ever been asked that, Patsy?
No.
But you see, this is what I'm saying to you. So you guys need to stop and think about this. Why is this question being presented to our nation, the nation of color? Because it's a method of division. Because that makes you choose. Again, you're forced to choose one. Just like that whole part with the colorism, it is a factor, an agent to divide. See what it did? And made everybody go away from the point you wasn't able to focus on what Smokey was saying. That man asked him an initial question, he answered the question, he asked the question in another way, so he answered it in a way that was applicable to what he was being asked. You get that? They can ask the question several different times.
Can I say something, Uncle D? That's because it's Europeanized, and if you what the hell was I about to say? Damn, you messed me up. I don't fucking forgot. I had a whole question.
See, that's because you wasn't supposed to be asking the question.
No, it was no. This was a good question. If you I'll come back to it.
So the bottom line is Smokey is a man of color. Smokey is a man of color. I've heard him do poetry about being an African American. Don't take my word for it. Y'all can fact check. I believe it was on I think it was on Def Comedy Jam. He went on there, he did a poem about being either Black American or African American. So y'all can research that, y'all can fact check.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then you'll see, because see, this is coming, it's coming from somewhere, it's roots. It's the roots. But
I can see in both sides. I can see in both sides about what he said about, my generations of my family was, born here, raised here, and for you to call me an African American, like I can see that in that way, but I can also see it in the other way where it's like, okay, well, my ancestors, well, I know what you're gonna say, cousin, about the generations and all kinds of stuff, and we may not be from Africa, but from what we know, from what I know, that's where we came from. So I understand both ways. I still wouldn't mind being called African American, but I can see what I can understand why people feel that they don't want to be called African American. They can be called Black American.
But can I tell y'all guys?
Uncle D.
Yes.
I remember what I was gonna say.
Right.
So
let's hear
since everything got conquered and divided, and then you have the white race or whatever they want to call it, it has many different cultures under that name, white race. So you have all different types of Europeans. Same thing with the Black people. And I don't know if we realize that as a whole, when we come together, that they separated us by the skin color, and it's really black and white. But they might have people that speak different languages and from different borders because they conquered this stuff and they made you believe that. If you never knew that, you wouldn't be calling yourself you wouldn't be calling yourself African American or black. You know what I mean? Because this is a name that they gave us. Damn, I just had something
You know,
good to
you
say and it
just
just slipped my mind.
I get the gist of what you're saying. Let me piggyback on that, right? Let me take it a step further, right? We are the only nation that is, no matter where we go, we're looked down upon. The black nation, color nation, African American nation.
I wonder why.
Don't matter where we go, we are the bottom of the totem pole. You want to know why? Because we don't stand together. We always allow ourselves to be divided. Just like a question like such, do you identify as a Black American or African American? That is a method of division, because that's parting you right down the middle.
You can tell people what you think you are, but they're gonna categorize you as what they want to call you anyway. They're gonna call you black because this is what everybody else is calling you. If they're calling you, they're gonna call you a spick if you're trying to be disrespectful. I'm just giving an example of a different race.
But again, you said earlier that black is there's several different ways to say it in different nations, different languages and stuff like that. But either way, we're not depicted as it's not a positive depiction of us in any case. So again, we have to do better at that. When you see where, again, I go back to what I said to you guys, fact check. But Stokely Carmichael's 1966 shouted out Black Power, right? He threw up the fist and did that. What happened after that? It started a movement, right? That was a symbol of the movement. You had the fist on the black on the picks, the hair picks. It was a black pick with the black fist on it. You had the song "I'm Black and I'm say it loud, I'm Black and I'm proud," all that type of stuff, and then you had Black Panthers, not just any Panthers, but Black Panthers, all that represent positivity for a positive outlook for the Black nation. So again, why are we being why in 2023 is this question being asked, it's such a level of division, uncertainty?
Well, see, here's what the problem is, Dave. In that era, at that time too, even when they did the movie, the Black Panther, they had a soundtrack called Pump the Fist, which was part of the soundtrack for the Black Panthers, right? And on that album was nothing more than a bunch of people trying to enlighten
Black activists.
They tried to enlighten the youth on what's going on, and because it's getting popular and the people, the movies making things move. So when you get in information and people start to cross the line of when it comes to them saying things that they shouldn't say, they'll let you say as much as you want to say, but when you start crossing the line, then they're going to shut you down. So what happens is a lot of those acts that were conscious, that was preaching and telling you, enlightening you, they shut them down for the gangster shit, the gangster rap, a different narrative,
Yeah, and so just staying to the point we're talking about, the conscious black rappers, the black activists, that was something to promote, to empower the people of color, the black nation. But again, I feel like this, right? To just sum this all up, right? United, we're great. Divided, we don't amount to much. You know, that symbol of the fist, because like they said, an individual finger can point something out, but a fist, once those fingers come together and they make a fist, it can strike a mighty blow. Black power, that's all y'all need to be thinking about. And I don't mean where you're trying to be the supreme race. I mean black power in the form that you empower yourself, because knowledge is power. Y'all got that? This has been the Still a Man podcast. Everybody have a good night.